Hey friends, Diane here. The next behavior Mrs. Meyer discusses is also one of my favorites, so it's another topic I speak about a lot. She calls it thoughts, words, and habits. First, we must understand that our minds are so very powerful, as I said last week. If we choose to set our minds on something, then we will be able to get it done. If we don't change our minds, of course. She talks about the Tower of Babel and how God had to confuse their language, or else the evil thing the people had set their minds to do, nothing would have been able to stop them from achieving it. If we will fix our mind on doing something, like losing weight for instance, we must not allow the enemy or anyone else, including that old Jezebel, to talk us out of it, setting our minds as being so determined that nothing will alter our course. Please note, we must be honest with ourselves here. When we say things like, I just can't lose weight, the truth is, we just don't want to do all the work and sacrifice required to lose weight. I'm a great example of that nonsense, but more on that with Thursday's video. Second, Mrs. Meyer talks about the power of our words. She quotes Watchman Nee, a great Chinese church leader and Christian teacher during the 20th century, as saying, idle words leak power, just to emphasize how useless words can cause us to lose the power of life, which then causes problems for us. An example is when some people will say things like, oh, I will never lose weight. To this, she says, if you are going to talk, why don't you say something that will help you? She then cites one of my favorite verses, Proverbs 18:21, which says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it and indulge it will eat its fruit and bear the consequences of their words. What we say to ourselves and to others has consequences for good or bad, depending on what we are saying, and I might add, also depending on the way we say them. If we say, I just can't do anything right, we are speaking death over our lives. But if we say, well, I'm not perfect, but I'll keep on working on myself and I'll get better, we are speaking truth and hope into our lives. The more aware we become of the thoughts in our minds, the more we can control the words we speak. And if we control them, the more we will reap the goodness of God in our lives. Let's continue tomorrow. See you then.